Siddur Snippets is generously sponsored by the Saka family and as well by Yelad and Avram Foreman. We have begun the 15th bracha of Es Tzemach Dovid Avdecha. We gave the historical background Shibbolei Aleka provided based on the Medrash that the Malachim, the angels, made the bracha Matzmiach Keren Yeshua, that Hashem is the one who causes the power of Geula, of salvation, of redemption to sprout when they saw the Jewish people successfully cross the sea, the other side. And simultaneous to the Jewish people singing Shira, the Malachim made this bracha. This was the first time Shira had been sung, and we explained why this was worthy of a bracha, of acknowledgement by the Malachim, because it wasn't Stama salvation, but it was a salvation in a bigger context. It was the world developing, the world evolving, the world redeeming, and understanding that the ups and downs, the roller coaster of what it means to be a Jew, is not random or chance, but it's all part of a bigger plan. And it's all part of a greater goal towards the destination. We know where we're going, and that is towards Mashiach. Why is this the bracha that follows Yerushalayim? We mentioned originally, in fact, Chazal tell us that they were one bracha. It was only split later in Bavel. Yerushalayim is a bracha separate and a Tzemach Dovid separately. The Gemara Megillah Daf Yud Zayin tells us that after Yerushalayim is built and the Beis HaMikdash is restored, the next thing is Malchus Beis Dovid. The Davidic monarchy, the Davidic dynasty returns. Whatever happens to us personally, whatever challenges, whatever ups and downs, we're part of a bigger plan. We're part of a national goal. And therefore, after Yerushalayim, when we return to the physical capital of the Jewish people, Yerushalayim, then the spiritual capital of the Jewish people is restored. And if Yerushalayim is the physical capital, then the spiritual capital is the Davidic dynasty, is Malchus Beis Dovid, is Malchus, which is unique, that's not interested in its own power and its own fame or fortune, but that's interested in advancing Kvod Shemayim, fulfilling the will and the vision of Hashem. The Tur in Orach Chaim Kuf Yud Ches writes, he said, Tesvav, the 15th bracha, Es Tzemach Dovid, V'tiknua Achar Bonei Yerushalayim, Shekevan Sheboim Yerushalayim, Ba Dovid. Once we get to Yerushalayim, then David HaMelech comes and he quotes a pasuk. And then he concludes, Uba Chaf Tevos, Kamosh Yesh B'pasuk, Ki Necham Hashem Tzion. We just read in the Haftorah, Ki Necham Hashem Tzion, Kadosh Baruch Hu comforts Zion. And there are 20 words in the letters in the pasuk, corresponding with the 20 letters in the pasuk we have in this bracha as well. Rabbeinu Bechaya in Bereshis, Perek Lamed Ches pasuk Lamed, brings a different connection. Why is this the 15th bracha of the Amida? He says it's connected to Dovid. How is it connected to Dovid, the number 15? Because we know, we say Kiddush Levana, the Levana, the moon, is modeled. It waxes and wanes and grows large and then it's small. Jewish people are not linear, but we work in a cycle just like the moon. There are times it's full and there are times it's barely discernible. When is the moon full? On the 15th of the month. And therefore the number 15 corresponds with David HaMelech. As we say in Kiddush Levana, we long for the restoration of the Davidic dynasty, the moon like Malchus Beis Dovid. Not coincidentally, Shlomo was the 15th generation, Shlomo HaMelech from Avram Avinu. That's when the monarchy became full. It was at its peak. Shlomo HaMelech, he was the 15th generation from Avram Avinu. That number 15, halfway through the month, the moon is full. And David HaMelech, therefore, as Tzemach Dovid corresponds with the number 15. Rav Yonasan Eibshitz in his Yaros Dvash writes something very powerful about what we should be thinking when we say this bracha. Birchas v'li Yerushalayim and Tzemach ein tzorich laharich. I don't have to expand, says Rav Yonasan Eibshitz. And listen carefully, because for many of us, these are difficult brachas to have kavanah. Rifa'enu, we know people who are sick and we daven from the bottom of our hearts that they have a refuah shlema. Baruch Aleinu parnasa, ourselves or others. Shema koleinu, we insert our own needs. Atachon l'adam das. Got to give a shir or a drasha, maybe that's just me. But you ask Hashem for wisdom and insight to help you prepare. Other brachas, the individual brachas, they resonate with us. We connect with them. As Tzemach Dovid, Davidic dynasty, the blossoming of redemption. Yeah, in theory, somewhere we want it. Not sure exactly what it looks like and what it is we're davening for. Says Rabbi Yonasan Eibshitz, Tzorich lahorid dima me'in apugos al binyan Yerushalayim v'achzaras Karen Dovid ki hi tachlis shleimus enoshi. A person should cry if we really were davening with kavanah, if we understood what we're saying, if we understood the impact, the consequence, the influence we could have in bringing this reality, we would be moved to tears when we say v'li Yerushalayim and as Tzemach Dovid. It's tachlis shleimus enoshi. This is the purpose, the fulfillment, the essence of why we're here. V'mein lanu Yerushalayim Malchus Beis Dovid, lamana lanu chayim. Says Rav Yonasan, if we don't have Yerushalayim Shleimusa, if we don't have Malchus Beis Dovid, if we don't have Mashiach, if we haven't successfully redeemed and repaired this world, if we haven't introduced the world to Hashem, to godliness, Lama Lanu Chaim, why are we here? What is life really all about? What is it really all about? And he writes in very strong language, Chayiv Kol Ish Yilomar Balibo, person has to say in their heart, Ribono Shalom, Harini Moser Nafshi Al Kedusha Shemecha, V'meini Ani Kedai Liros Bebinyan Sion, V'achzoras Malchus Beis Dovid, Amus Al Kedusha Shemcha. David, if I'm not worthy, I'll die al Kiddush Hashem, but I'm over here and I dedicate my whole life to Yerushalayim, the physical capital, and to Malchus Beis Dovid, as Tzemach Dovid. A Yid, a Jew, has to cry tears over the longing for the restoration. So these aren't the brachas and the Amida to check out before you tune back in for Shema Koleinu to fill in the things you want. This is not one to check out. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is the proof of how present we are and what we're saying. Are we thinking about it? Sefer Shara Kavanos, we'll end with this, points out. We know that the Gemara in Shabbos Lamed Aleph tells us that every Jew, when they meet their Maker, are asked a series of questions. When we arrive at the heavenly court, we're challenged with several things. Do we do our business honestly? Do we set aside time for Torah study? And one of the questions we're asked is, Tzipis Yeshua, did you long for redemption? You looked around this world. Anti-Semitism on the rise, Israel facing enemies, media, social media, people in power who are biased and who discriminate. We're living in a world of such hate towards the Jew. We're longing for Mashiach. We're going to get upstairs and Hashem's going to say, were you happy? Because everything was good under your roof? Everything was good in your life? You had everything you needed? You had all the pleasures and accoutrements of this world? You were happy? Or tzipis Yeshua? Did you long? So, how will Hashem evaluate whether tzipis Yeshua? Ki lishuascha kivinu kol hayom. Techavin letzapos lekavas b'chol yom v'yom lishuasa yizbarach. The way that Hashem will know whether we can successfully say yes to that question after 120 is, did we have kavanah for this bracha? As Tzemach Dovid. Not did you have kavanah Baruch Aleinu and Rifa'inu Atachon Ishma Koleinu. Not did you have kavanah when you asked for the thing to work out and the business deal to close and the child to get married and the anical to be healthy. That, Hashem knows we're coming at him with that. But as Tzemach Dovid, Lishuascha Kivinu Kol Hayom, say Hashem, something's broken, it's not right, something's wrong, and I'm living with a discomfort until it's right. And I'm longing for you to reveal yourself in this world for Mashiach, for Malchus Beis Dovid. The kavanah we have for this bracha, that will determine whether we in fact are judged favorably on that question of Tzipisa Liyashua.